Hey kids, welcome back to Storytime with Nick. It's great to see all of you again, even though I can't actually see you. This week and going forward, we're gonna actually have two stories a week. So hopefully you can have a little something that gives you a break from your normal schoolwork or classes, or if you just need a little extra story in your life. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our normal routines. First off, things that never change. Number one, I like you just the way you are. Number two, I'm happy that you're here today. And number three, my expectations. As always, I expect great things from all of you. I know you can and will do great things in your lives. I also expect you to be kind and respectful to everyone and everything that you meet today. All right, we've been talking a lot about responsibility. In our last story, we looked at the life of Jane Goodall and how she felt responsible for all the different animals in the world, and she decided to make that her life's work. But as I started to think, sometimes responsibility can be a little overwhelming. We feel the need to take care of everyone or everything, and it can really weigh down on us a lot. So, today's story, I kind of took a different approach, recognizing that we don't have to worry about everything all the time. We don't have to be responsible for everything all the time. In fact, sometimes it's really good just to realize that we're doing enough, even if we don't do that much in a day. And so that's why I picked out one of my favorite stories, Wemberly Worried. It's an old story. You'll probably recognize some of the drawings. We've read Lily's Purple Plastic Purse, or Chrysanthemum, or Sheila Ray the Brave in library before, all by one of our favorite authors here. So we're going to look at how Wemberly feels today and how it's okay to not always worry about everything. Because you can see, Wemberly feels responsible for everything in her life, and it actually ends up making her kind of upset. So let's have a look at this story. Wemberly Worried by Kevin Hankes. Wemberly worried about everything. Big things. I just wanted to make sure you're still here. Little things. And things in between. What if I shrink? Wemberly worried in the morning, she worried at night, and she worried throughout the day. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. At home, Wemberly worried about the tree in the front yard. What if it falls on our house? And the crack in the living room wall. What if it gets bigger and something comes out of it? And the noise in the radiator. What if there's a snake inside? At the playground, Wemberly worried about the chains on the swings, and the bolts on the slide, and the bars on the jungle gym. It's too rusty, too loose, too high. And always she worried about her doll, Petal. Shouldn't Petal have a car seat too? I found her, sweetie. Petal's lost forever. I'll wait for you, Petal. Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. When Wemberly was especially worried, she rubbed Petal's ears. Wemberly worried that if she didn't stop worrying, Petal would have no ears left at all. On her birthday, Wemberly worried that no one would come to her party. See, her mother said, there was nothing to worry about. This is the best birthday ever. I wish I had my birthday today. But then Wemberly worried that there wouldn't be enough cake. On Halloween, Wemberly worried that there would be too many butterflies in the neighborhood parade. See, said her father, there was nothing to worry about. But then Wemberly worried because she was the only one. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. Soon, Wemberly had a new worry. School. Wemberly worried about the start of school more than anything she had ever worried about before. By the time the first day arrived, Wemberly had a long list of worries. What if no one else has spots? What if no one else wears stripes? What if no one else brings a doll? What if the teacher is mean? What if the room smells bad? What if they make fun of my name? What if I can't find the bathroom? What if I hate the snack? What if I have to cry? Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. She worried all the way there. Have fun. While Wemberly's parents talked to the teacher, Miss Peachum, Wemberly looked around the room. Then Miss Peachum said, Wemberly, there was someone I think you should meet. Her name was Jewel. She was standing by herself. She was wearing stripes, and she was holding a doll. At first, Wemberly and Jewel just peeked at each other. This is Petal, said Wemberly. This is Niblet, said Jewel. Petal waved. Niblet waved back. Hi, said Petal. Hi, said Niblet. I rub her ears, said Wemberly. I rub her nose, said Jewel. Throughout the morning, Wemberly and Jewel sat side by side and played together whenever they could. Petal and Niblet sat side by side too. Wemberly worried, but no more than usual, and sometimes even less. Before Wemberly knew it, it was time to go home. Come back tomorrow, called Mrs. Peachum as the students walked out the door. Wemberly turned and smiled and waved. I will, she said. Don't worry. That's a shorter story, but I love Wemberly in that story. It reminds me that we all have different things we get worried about, especially with what's going on in the world right now. But we got to remember, we can't let our worries dominate our life. Everyone worries about something, but there's lots of stuff to stay positive about. All right, I will see you next time.